Okay, so now you'll see the story of seasons. Why so many seasons? So winter undi, summer undi, rainy season undi. మధ్యలో స్ప్రింగ్ ఒకటి ఉంది. Why? ఒకసారి let's say we'll see that map. Let's say Earth is revolving around Sun in an elliptical orbit. అదేదో అనుకో. So for the time being మనకి Sun may be at one of its forces. ఏదో ఒక చోట ఉంటుంది. అయితే one point, let's I call this as December. చూద్దాం we'll see. There are two options. We had two options. That's why I'm not sure. We had two options. Okay, and this is after 3 months, March. This is June. This is September. Okay. So now check the seasons. This is winter for us. Ikkada summer. Ikkada rainy season. Ikkada nothing. Otherwise cyclones ఉంటాయి. ఉంటే సైక్లోన్స్ ఉంటాయి, లేకపోతే ఏముండదు. సో దెన్ వై దిస్ డిస్క్రిపెన్సీ? వింటర్ ఒక 3 months ఉంటుంది, సమ్మర్ ఒక 3 months ఉంటుంది. లెట్స్ సే ఫర్ ద టైమ్ బీయింగ్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద పాయింట్ వేర్ ఇట్ మూవ్స్ అవే ఫ్రమ్ ద సన్ అనుకుందాం. So that is why Earth is becoming cooler and cooler and we got winter. Let's say this is the point where Earth is nearer to Sun and we have summer, let's say. Okay, so this is far point, near point, let's say. సో ఏమవుతుందంటే దూరంగా ఉంది కాబట్టి వింటర్ వచ్చింది, దగ్గరగా ఉంది కాబట్టి సమ్మర్ వచ్చింది. మధ్యలో మరి ఒక్కసారి మాత్రమే వర్షం వస్తుంది. ఈసారి ఈ లొకేషన్లో ఏం జరగాలి? వై డూ హ్యావ్ రైనీ సీజన్ ఓన్లీ వన్స్ ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ ద ఫార్ పాయింట్ అండ్ నియర్ పాయింట్? మధ్యలో 2 సార్లు రావాలి కదా రైనీ సీజన్. వీ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ రైనీ సీజన్ ట్వైస్. అంతే కదా. ఫార్ అండ్ లెట్స్ సే మోస్ట్ కూల్ అండ్ పాయింట్, మోస్ట్ హాటెస్ట్. ఈ మధ్యలో డ్యూరింగ్ ద జర్నీ ఏం జరగాలి?
సమ్మర్ వల్ల వాటర్ వేపర్ అనేది క్లౌడ్స్ కింద ఫామ్ అయ్యి,
సో ఇదంతా కూడా సో వెన్ ఎర్త్ ఈస్ గెటింగ్ హీటెడ్ అప్, you'll have more water vapor accumulated in air and it is falling down. Antena? Okay, so now but why this? So whatever is happening here should be reversed on the other end. ఇక్కడ ఏదైతే జరుగుతుందో సేమ్ రివర్స్ ఇక్కడ జరగాలి కదా. అంటే అట్లీస్ట్ వీ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ 6 months of summer, I mean continuously rising, and 6 months of rainy season. Whatever water vapor accumulated will fall down in the next 6 months. So రెండే సీజన్స్ ఉంటాయి. I mean if hot and cold are the only two options available, then we should have only 2 seasons. One rising season, another falling season. Temperature rising, temperature falling. సో అప్పుడు మనకి 6 monthsకి ఒక సీజన్ మారాలి అండ్ వీ విల్ హ్యావ్ ఓన్లీ 2 seasons. There is something else. We got 3 to 4 seasons. What is that? ఓకే, సో టిల్ట్ అయి ఉండటం వల్ల ఏం జరుగుతుంది? సో ఇఫ్ ఎర్త్ ఈజ్ నాట్ టిల్టెడ్, స్ట్రైట్గా ఇలాగే తిరుగుతుంది, ఏం జరుగుతుందండి? విల్ హ్యావ్ 12 hours సన్లైట్, 12 hours night, 12 hours daytime, 12 hours night time throughout the year. Throughout the year we should have 12 hours day and 12 hours night. But that's not happening. So during December in India, let's say, sun rises at 7 a.m, sets by 5.
Maybe
డిసెంబర్లో అదే 7కి సన్ రైజ్ అయితే మార్నింగ్ 7కి, ఈవినింగ్ 5కి సన్సెట్ అయిపోతుంది. అంటే ఏంటి? 10 hours సన్లైట్ ఉంటుంది, 14 hours నైట్ టైం. అదే సమ్మర్లోకి వచ్చేసరికి పరిస్థితి ఏంటి? సన్ రైజెస్ బై 5 a.m అండ్ సెట్స్ బై 7 p.m. 14 hours సన్లైట్ ఉంటే 10 hours నైట్ టైం ఉంటుంది ఇండియా. Okay, so now the issue is Earth is tilted a little bit like this. Like this. Okay, so now let's say this is the vertical axis. This is the vertical axis. So now let's say sun is here. So in this circle we will have 24 hours sunlight. And here, so sun is very big and all you get is parallel rays. So throughout the day, 24 hours, you will have sunlight here in this circle. Yes, and in this circle, you will have 24 hours night. Right? Understand? Because sunlight will never enter into this region throughout the 24 hours. ఇక్కడ పరిస్థితి ఏంటి? The same vertical axis. So here you have 24 hours daylight. And here it is 24 hours night. So this is December 21st, this is June 21st, and on March 21st you will have equal day and night. So the same way on September 21st, equal day and night. What? Around 21st or 23rd, 1 or 2 days. Okay, so now see here, and December is actually the near point to Earth. So it receives more heat on southern part. On southern hemisphere it receives more heat, and on northern hemisphere it receives less heat. Let's say in India at this time you have sunrise at 7 a.m and sun sets by 5 p.m. So you get 14 hours of sunlight and 10 hours of night time. Okay, and ఏంటంటే average heat received by earth in India is more. Is it? Less. So you have what? 10 hours daylight. Sun rises by 7 a.m., sets by 5 p.m. So you have 10 hours daylight and 14 hours of night time. So average heat received by earth in India is less. Okay, that's in December. Okay, and as you keep on traveling towards March, ఏమవుతుందంటే average daytime increases and you have 12 hours of daytime and 12 hours of night. You have equal daytime and equal night time. Right? So అంటే ఏంటి? So the average energy received by earth will be equal. Equal day, equal night. So from here onwards, daytime increases. By June 21st, you have sunrise at 5 a.m. in India and sets by 7 p.m. So you have 14 hours of daylight and 10 hours of night time. So అంటే average heat received by earth increases, keep on increasing on northern hemisphere. So this moisture carrying capacity of air increases with temperature. Let's say at this point, I call it as 0 point. Let's say at this point, this is the, otherwise the lowest point is this, let's say. So this is the lowest temperature received on northern hemisphere in December last week. So from here onwards, average temperature increases, average heat received by earth increases for the next 6 months. So ఏమవుతుందంటే moisture carrying capacity of air increases. It keeps on increasing from here to here, from December to June. So let's say this capacity is increasing that's the maximum by June 21st. Okay, so next from June 21st onwards, daytime reduces. Instead of 14 hours in India, you get 12 hours by September. అంటే ఏమవుతుందంటే average heat received in a day reduces. So if the average heat received in a day, this is the maximum point, June 21st. ఆ తర్వాత నుంచి ఏమవుతుంది? So moisture carrying capacity also reduces. So this is the point where air can accommodate 100% of moisture. After this, in July, moisture carrying capacity reduces to 90%, 80%. %50. So it keeps on reducing. So this is the actual starting point. Equal day and night. From here onwards, moisture carrying capacity increases to maximum. So by September, all moisture in air will fall down because its carrying capacity reduces, because average heat received by Earth or India reduces. So up to this point, if your moisture levels are 100%, so by this time this becomes 0. So whatever moisture captured during this time will fall down. We call it as rainy season. సెప్టెంబర్ తర్వాత నుంచి up to December, moisture levels are low. All we get is only cyclones. Okay, so now comes the question. ఇప్పుడు మీరు సమ్మర్లో వర్షాలు పడతాయి చూసారా? We have observed rain in summer, or at least from March to April, May, June. ఏ టైంలో పడతాయి? Summer rains. So let's say, whatever excess moisture captured in a day will fall down. అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఆ రోజుకి యావరేజ్ టెంపరేచర్ ఎంత ఉంటుంది, ఆ మాయిశ్చర్ క్యారింగ్ కెపాసిటీ 50 or 60 ఉంది. అట్ ఏ ప్లేస్ కొంచెం ఎక్కువ టెంపరేచర్ వచ్చింది, సో మోర్ మాయిశ్చర్ మే బి క్యాప్చర్డ్. ఎక్సెస్గా ఉన్న మాయిశ్చర్ కింద పడిపోతుంది. ఎప్పుడు పడిపోతుందండి? when the temperatures are low. So in summer you will see rains in the evening, just immediately after sunset or near to sunset, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30 madhyalo you'll have rain during summer. Endukani, so by that day, let's say the average capacity of air is 70%, and somehow at a particular place temperatures become more higher and higher, and capacity, let's say 72% of moisture is absorbed. వింటర్లో చూద్దాం that also we'll see. So this excess moisture will fall down by the end of the day. సమ్మర్లో మనకి రెయిన్ ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది? ఈవినింగ్ టైం వస్తుంది. Okay, so and we reach the maximum point June 21st. From there, every day the average heat received by earth reduces, at least in India. సో ఏమవుతుందంటే, సో ఆ రోజు కెపాసిటీ ఒక 10% తగ్గితే ఎక్సెస్ 10% విల్ ఫాల్ డౌన్ అట్ ద లోయెస్ట్ టెంపరేచర్ పాయింట్. మనకి టెంపరేచర్ ఎప్పుడైతే లీస్ట్ పాయింట్ రికార్డ్ అవుతుందో ఆ టైంలో వర్షం పడాలి. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద లీస్ట్ పాయింట్? ఇన్ రైనీ సీజన్. సో రైనీ సీజన్లో లోయెస్ట్ టెంపరేచర్ ఎప్పుడు రికార్డ్ అవుతుంది? సో ఇన్ ఎ డే అండ్ 24 hours. సో సన్ రైజ్ అయినప్పుడు ఏదో ఒక టెంపరేచర్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది అండ్ ఇట్ కీప్స్ ఆన్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్. సో ఇది పెరుగుతూ ఉంది. బై ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ విల్ గెట్ మ్యాక్సిమం, అండ్ లెట్స్ సే 2 PM or 3 PM starts reducing. Okay, it goes on reducing. 6 PM, 9 PM. What is the lowest point? You'll get a saturation after some time, 9, 10, 12, you get some saturation. ఇంకా తగ్గుతుంది అంటారా? ఓకే, ఎంతవరకు తగ్గుతుంది? లెట్స్ సే కీప్ రెడ్యూస్ 12.
మేబీ 1 నుంచి అట్లా.
This is the lowest temperature on earth is recorded or records immediately after sunrise. అక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుంది? సో at 6 a.m. let's say or 5 a.m. sunrise. When sun rises at 5 a.m. ఏం జరుగుతుందంటే all air molecules are settled down at lower temperature. They are in some inertial state. Okay, and once the temperature or sun rises, what happens? They start gaining energy. Whatever air molecules, they relax, staying calm, they gain energy immediately. I mean, you just burning the tail. ఏం జరుగుతుంది? They start running. They start running so faster that they lose energy more than they gain. ఒక పక్క నుంచి మంట పెట్టడం స్టార్ట్ చేశారు, సన్ రైజ్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. They start running. They start running so fast that they lose more energy than their actual energy or the energy they gained. సన్ రైజ్ వలన వచ్చినటువంటి కొంచెం ఎనర్జీ కన్నా ఎక్కువ లూజ్ అయిపోతాయి. That's called thermal inertia. Just because of this thermal inertia, they lose more energy. సో ఇప్పుడు మీరు when you go to hill stations, మీరు ఎక్కడ మనకి డార్జిలింగ్ టైగర్ హిల్స్, సో అక్కడ సన్ రైజ్ చూస్తారు. ఓకే, సో ఫ్రమ్ 4:30 onwards the visiting point will start. సో 4:30 నుంచి సన్ రైజ్ అయ్యే వరకు, లెట్స్ మార్నింగ్ 6 AM. సో 4:30 నుంచి సన్ రైజ్ అయ్యేంత వరకు కూడా ద టెంపరేచర్స్ విల్ బి నార్మల్, బేరబుల్. బట్ ఇమీడియట్లీ ఆఫ్టర్ సన్ రైజ్, once you start seeing the sun, temperature falls so down that you will really feel the biting cold effects. సో 4 to 6 వరకు ఉండేటువంటి టెంపరేచర్స్ ఒకలాగా ఉంటాయి, నార్మల్, యూ కెన్ బేర్. బట్ ఇమీడియట్లీ ఆఫ్టర్ సన్ రైజ్, temperature falls so down that you'll feel biting cold. So that is a point where the rain falls in a rainy season, immediately after sunrise. So మనకి ఎర్లీ మార్నింగ్ వర్షాలు స్టార్ట్ అయ్యేది మార్నింగ్ 6 or 4, 5 or 6 ఆ టైంకి వర్షాలు స్టార్ట్ అయ్యేది. బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దాట్ thermal inertia. So rainy season from June to September you get rains in the early morning, whereas from March to June you get rain in the evening. What about this? September tarvata almost all moisture in air will be settled down. I mean, you won't get any additional moisture, అండ్ ఇంకా టెంపరేచర్ డౌన్ అయితే వర్షాలు పడిపోవడానికి ఇంకేం మిగలదు. యూ గెట్ ఈక్వల్ డే అండ్ నైట్, ఆల్ మాయిశ్చర్ విల్ సెటిల్ డౌన్. సో ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ రెయిన్స్ విల్ కమ్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ సైక్లోన్స్, బికాస్ ఆఫ్ మూమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఎయిర్ మూమెంట్స్ వల్ల రెయిన్స్ వస్తాయి, సైక్లోన్స్ వస్తాయి. సో దట్ రన్స్ ఫర్ 3 months. సెప్టెంబర్ టు డిసెంబర్ యూ విల్ గెట్ సైక్లోన్స్ ఓన్లీ. అవి ఎప్పుడు వస్తాయి? రెయిన్ ఫాల్స్ అట్ ద మిడ్ నైట్. సైక్లోన్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు రెయిన్ అనేది మిడ్ నైట్ పడుతుంది. మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్ స్టార్ట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ఈవినింగ్ 6, 9, most often 10, after 10, after 12. So by the time that wind movements or whatever will be maximum. So from December to March we gain back whatever we lost. సో ఇప్పుడు మంచు ఎప్పుడు పడుతుంది? జూన్ టు డిసెంబర్, డిసెంబర్ టు మార్చ్. So snowfall starts after December because that condensation activity starts at this point during the temperature rising cycle. So December is the lowest point, so that is where you will have lowest temperature. From December to March, temperature start rising. So at that point, you'll get fog. So temperature rise అవటం స్టార్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత మనకి ఫాగ్ అనేది స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. That's because of thermal inertia. Because from December to March, your temperature starts increasing more and more. So that is the point where you get more and more thermal inertia, and fog starts after December. Snowfall starts after December. So condensation starts after December. Lowest temperatures recorded after December. So entire this story is in northern hemisphere, and in southern hemisphere story reverses. And this is a near point, so the summers in southern hemisphere are more torturous. Also the winters in southern hemisphere are more torturous because this is a far point and this is winter. This is near point and we have winter now in December or Jan. So near point and winter is a little bit okay. So here the lowest temperatures in southern hemisphere are minus 40 degrees centigrade, and in, northern hemisphere is minus 40. Here you get minus 70. Lowest temperature. So highest temperature is also the same way. So here the highest temperatures run beyond 50. Here during our summer, higher temperatures are around 50. Okay, and end of the story. So here, where is the location of the sun? So this is the point where you have equal day and night. So sun rises on the east. So sun rises on the east only twice in a year. On September 21st and on March 21st. Sun rises in the east only twice in a year. ఈ తర్వాత నుంచి ఏమవుతుందంటే let's say we're in India, the sun rays are seen to be coming from southern end, south end. So let's say this is east, this is south. So in December, sun rises on southeast and sets on southwest. And this is India. So in June, sun rays are seems to be coming from North Pole. Sun rays reach India as if they are coming from North Pole. Here, they are seen as if they are coming from South Pole. So here the sun rays or sun rises on northeast and sets on northwest in June. In December, sun rises on southeast and sets on southwest. So from December to June, the sun travels from south to north. a journey towards north, Uttarayanam. ఎప్పటి నుంచి ఎక్కడికండి? December to June. From December to June, sun travels in the sky from south to north. So in between, in March, we'll get equal day and night, and sun rises in the east. And from June to December, sun rises in the north, sets in the northwest. So the journey from June to December will be from north to south. A journey towards south is called Dakshinayana. Ayanam ante journey. Ramayanam, journey of Rama. Ramayanam ante journey of Rama ante. Uttarayanam ante a journey towards north. Dakshinayana, a journey towards south. So now comes the first question. With that, I'll close the session. So we have this angular momentum. L is equal to mvr. Here the radius is very less. Here the radius is very high. Okay. But there is no external force that drives the earth to move around sun. There is no additional external force. So there is no torque. There is no torque. There is no additional rotational force to move the earth around sun. So torque becomes zero. Angular momentum becomes constant. So product of mvr is constant. Mass is also already a constant. So as r increases, velocity reduces, or as r reduces, velocity increases. So this is the point where you have lower radius, so higher velocity. So earth runs faster during this time, during December, and earth runs slower during June. So what happens? So you'll have, let's count the number of days. Here it is running faster. I mean, same thing. I mean, when a person is revolving on a wheel, and if they stretch the hands, they'll travel slower. If they fold their hands, they'll rotate faster. So Earth is coming nearer to Earth, nearer to Sun, so it runs faster. Here, it runs slower. So just count the number of days from March 21st to September 21st. మార్చ్ నుంచి సెప్టెంబర్కి ఎన్ని రోజులు ఉన్నాయి, అలాగే సెప్టెంబర్ టు మార్చ్ ఎన్ని రోజులు ఉన్నాయి. సో మార్చ్ 21st టు ఏప్రిల్. మార్చ్ 21st ఏప్రిల్ ఎన్ని రోజులు ఉన్నాయండి? మార్చ్ 31st 11 days. ఏప్రిల్ 30 days. May 31, June 30, July 31, August 31, September 20 days. Any? $184 days. And September 21st to September is 30 days. So it is 10. October 31 days. November 30. December 31, Jan 30, okay, 31, February 28, March 20. 150, 170, 181. So nearly 3 days difference. So that is the time where Earth runs faster. So from September to March, Earth runs faster. So we'll have less day count. Every day will have 24 hours. It takes only 24 hours to revolve around itself. But to revolve around the sun, it runs faster. It takes only 181 days. And from March to September, 184 days. That's why you have more months with 31 days during that sector, March to September. And you have September to March, less number of days. So every day will have 24 hours, but number of days reduce from March to September, from September to March. So that's all about seasons. So from December to September, temperature starts rising from lowest point. So we'll get fog. Whatever water vapor will get condensed. We'll get fog from December to June, March. And from March onwards, moisture carrying capacity increases because temperature rises. From June to September, all that moisture captured will fall down in terms of rain. And from September to December, we'll get only cyclones. That's because of wind movements in the other regions of Earth. Okay, so that's all about seasons. End of the story. So, wind flow in a day. Okay, so when sun rises, temperatures increase, keep on increasing. So em jarugundande and solids capture more heat. They capture more heat quickly because they have more material to transfer the energy. Okay, so what happens? Your solids will gain temperature or heat very quickly compared to water. So air flows from earth to water body. So when you sit near a river bank, you'll observe air flow from earth to water during daytime, because earth gets more heat, temperature rises, and on the other end, on water body, temperatures are low. So heat or whatever air flows from low temperature region to high temperature. So is it high to low?
High to low consumption.
Okay. So air flows from earth to water, and in the evening, the same water body cools down slowly compared to earth. So earth's temperature falls quickly compared to water body. So water is at higher temperature, earth is at lower temperature. So air flows from water to earth. So if you sit on a river bank just before the sunset, water tides will be towards you, towards the bank, because air flows from water to earth. Okay? Such a
Fishermen go for fishing during early August
That's okay. That's okay. The tides and all is a different story. That depends on moon phases. That we'll see in the next session. The moon phases, tides and all we'll see in the next session.